Hey guys, it's Kim Snyder, the director of the Voice Club, and I've resorted to really bad drawing today in order to help you learn a little bit more about how your voice works. Now, this is probably the most important video you're going to watch on the interweb. I know that's quite a big claim, but just stay with me. If you're ever wondering why you can't reach a note, why you can't sing a note powerfully, why you can't sing a note soft when you want to, strong when you want to, basically the root of every single vocal question you can ask me or any other person on all of the internet comes down to one thing, and that is, how are you approaching that note? It's not, was I born naturally talented enough? It's, am I approaching the note the right way? And then second of all, if not, what's in the way? And third of all, if something's in the way, how do I get it out of the way effectively and permanently so that I can consistently do what I want to do with my voice? Now, I'm going to give you a really beautiful illustration of why the approach to the note is the root of all vocal issues. Here's my buddy Sam, the singer. He's got some really cool spiky hair going on. He's balding in the back. He's got an untypical male pattern baldness issue going on, but that's okay because, you know, Sam can sing some power notes, right? Sam can lay it down. Here he is singing some notes right now. We just have him on mute. Now, if we take a look inside Sam, the singer, we have two pipes. We all know we have, not just a set of pipes we're belting out notes with. We have a food pipe and we have a windpipe. Now, we all know this. It's basic anatomy. You learn this in like second, third grade, right? There's a pipe that goes down to your food, and there's a pipe that goes down to your lungs. Well, what most people don't understand or think about, even if they know it, is that your vocal cords live in the windpipe. So they're on the way to the lungs, and that's why everybody thinks the answer to everything is breath support. We need more air, more air, more air. Well, it's not. It's the muscles that control the vocal cords that close the gates that resist the air, and that's how we make sound, because without that, that's the only sound you'd make. We'll get into that in another time. Right now, we want to talk about this fancy little black box. It's our voice's little black box. It's called the larynx, and this is the house where the vocal cords live. Now, guys, you have a Adam's apple kind of protruding out here. Girls, we don't so much. But if you put your finger right here and you swallow, you could feel a little knot in there. It's just a little bit of cartilage. It moves up and down. Now, what's happening when you swallow, and you did that, and you just felt that right now, is that when you swallow, this larynx, the house that your vocal cord's in, lifts up. The reason it lifts up is because it's got to close off the windpipe so that the food doesn't get down your windpipe. You know you swallowed wrong sometime. That's horrible, awful, right? Well, what happened is that the larynx didn't lift high enough, fast enough to close the epiglottis, which is the door that keeps the food from going the wrong place and all that sort of thing. So what the problem of all notes is that the muscles, outside muscles that close this larynx, sometimes get involved in the singing process. They're not involved in the singing process. They're not even necessary. We didn't even invite them to the party. What we do need is the muscles that close and open the vocal cords. And if we could remove those other muscles that yank this larynx up and start closing pipes off from getting in the way, we'd be able to approach notes. Let me give you an example. Let's say Sam is on stage and he is in his community theater presentation of something that sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's a great play. You should really see it sometime. And he's going, somewhere over the rainbow. And you can just see veins popping out everywhere. Well, he's feeling that strain. Sometimes he can reach that note. Sometimes he can't. And he's thinking, gosh, if I just shove it more, that'd be great. The problem is, the reason he's having a hard time with that note in the first place is because he approached the note wrong. It yanked up the larynx. It started a fight between the windpipe and the food pipe, and one's closing and one's opening, and you literally, Sam is, strangling himself. That's why it can feel like that when you're singing. So, he could reach that note. He has the potential. He has the talent. He could be somewhere over the rainbow. He could be all over the place and singing it with more power if he could get the muscles out of the way that are lifting the larynx and keeping it where it needs to be when he sings. So now you know. Can you reach that note? My answer is yes. Can you reach it today? If you're not, the approach is wrong. If you have strain, if you have pain, or you're inconsistently reaching notes, or you're not reaching them at all, that means that the approach is wrong. What you need is to be able to get some better training so that you can train the voice like any other muscles in the bottom, or the top. To learn to play any sport, you're going to learn to play tennis. You're going to build different muscle coordination to get really good at that motion. If you're going to learn to be a good singer, you got to have the right training for the muscles that support and work the vocal cords so that you can do the things you want to do with your voice, just like you might want to do the things you want to do in a sport. It's honestly just that simple. The problem is there's not a whole lot of that out there. If you have any more questions, all those vocal questions, or go back to that, you know where to find me, thevoiceclub.com.